my channel. Today I am going to do a bridal makeup look. So I just had my wedding about 2-3 weeks ago now, and I actually completed a professional bridal makeup course. So I want to do my own bridal makeup today. I actually had an actual professional makeup artist do my makeup on that day, but this is how I would do if I were to do it on myself. So I'm going to start with my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1, and this is a primer. So for me, I prefer to start my makeup with my base. I don't really like to start with my eyes. So the product that I'm using today is the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation Serum. And I'm just going to squeeze some on a palette. And we're going to be working off this palette today. One of my makeup teachers used this product and I fell in love with it because it made the skin look so glowy. So what I'm doing here is using a flat brush and really spreading it to expose it to more air, make it a little bit more tacky. And I prefer using a flat brush rather than the spatula, even though the spatula is kind of the in thing to use. I just find that there's no learning curve with a flat brush. You just paint it on. It's very straightforward, very simple. Whereas using a spatula, you need to get the angle right. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush and just buff everything nicely into the skin. For my under eyes, I am going to use the Etude House Big Cover Concealer as well as a color corrector. So I'm going to go in with a flat brush and taking this salmon shade, and I'm going to just pat it on and be very precise with this because we don't want the color to get muddled up. Okay, and then I am going to take this concealer, which also has a little bit of like a pinky shade already, so it is very good for dark circles. Actually, my makeup teacher also used this and she didn't even use a color corrector, she just used this directly, but I have a bit more serious darkness, so I'm going in with that first. And I'm gonna put this on the palette as well to mix this in with the foundation. Now taking my brush, I'm gonna take the concealer with some foundation, just really mix the two so that it looks like a seamless blend. And here's another tip that I learned is before you start talking to set the under eye so that the crease lines don't form yet. I'm taking this small brush and to set under my eyes after I'm done with the concealer. So for blush, I am going to use this by 3CE. I love this blush. So it's not as pigmented as the Rare Beauty one, I think, but it is just nice for me, so I'm just gonna put 2 dots and I'm keeping it above the nose level. So you don't want to look like your face is being dragged down, so you have to put your blush higher. At least I have to put the blush higher than where I normally put, which is around here. I will actually put around like that, but to not drag your face down, especially when you smile. You want your blush to be above your nose. Then I'm also going to apply a little bit of my cream contour. So this is from Etude House. This is the stick. So one thing in my makeup that I stopped doing is I stopped applying contour over here because after I went for the class, I learned that the goal of your contour, right, is to make your face look like a nice oval shape. So you just contour the areas that make the face look more either squarish or areas that you want to soften. And also I think it depends on what kind of face shape you like in general. Okay, so this is the base for now. Then we are going to set it all with a powder. I'm using the Sri Chair setting powder. Now for the eyes, I'm going to start with a primer, and I'm using the Style Nanda 3CE eye primer. And I'm just going to use my fingers to blend, and I love this primer. I've spoken about it many times because it does help to conceal the veins on my eyes, and it's a very close match to my skin color actually. So it just gets rid of the darkness while keeping it very natural. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using these two palettes. This is from Style Nanda, and this is my favorite Cinnamon Swirl palette. Using a small fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with this shade here, very close to my skin tone, and I am going to powder the whole eye all the way up to my socket. So this will be my nice like beige shade. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the contouring. So I'm going to use this brush and I'm going to go in with the V Shading by Peri Pera, and I'm going to take the medium shade and contour my features first before I go in and add the eyeshadow. Comes from here. I'm going to contour down my nose. For the eyes, I am going to go in with a darker shade, which is this more browny shade, slightly darker brown, and apply this all over the crease. Then I'm gonna go in with a darker shade, which is just next to it. I'm trying to keep it as neutral tone as possible, nothing reddish. So I'm gonna just start buffing from the outside of my eye. And keeping it in the outer corners. Digging it in, keeping it in the outer corners. Blend it all out, blend out the harsh edges. Now going in with my cinnamon swirl, I'm gonna go into the darker shade, and with this brush, I am just going to dab, and I will use this across my whole eyelid from the bottom. No, I will use this to line my whole eyeline. Like this, and then I'm gonna use this brush and blend it up. Okay, so here is the part where I am going to add a little bit of a shimmer shade, because if you don't add a shimmer shade, your eye tend to look a little bit stuffy. So I'm going to go in with, because I don't want something that is very shiny, I'm going to go in with something that's more of a satin shade. Okay, so taking my brush, I'm going to go in with Frost Those Buns. And it's not like a super chunky glitter, it's more of like a satiny, soft kind of shadow. And I am going to place this in the front of the eye. Use Gooey Goodness, and this is more of a chunkier, brighter glitter to highlight the inner corners like this. And just blend it in the front. So I have this color Gram, which I bought from Korea. I think this is meant to be a lip liner, at least this side is meant to be a lip liner. But I saw someone use the darker side to draw their egg style, and I thought it was like brilliant. Then going in with this small brush, a small, more controlled brush, I'm going in with this color again to highlight the top. Then I'm going to go in with just a wee bit again of Frost the Buns. To brighten the eye. Then coming back to this palette, I'm going to take the same color for the outer edges, which is this color, to seal up the end. Moving on to eyeliner, I have the Clio Gel Express eyeliner, and I love this eyeliner. It's great for tight lining. So that's what I'm going to do today to keep it looking natural, is I'm going to just go around my whole eye, including the lower lashes. So it may look a bit heavy, but remember, for bridal makeup, generally you want it to look good in photos. Not generally, you always want it to look good in photos, because those are the things that will last. So even though it does look a bit heavy in person, on camera it doesn't look that heavy. Okay, now that I've done lining my eyes, I'm just gonna take a small brush to blend out the bottom liner. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes, and then I am going to apply mascara. I'm just using Maybelline Falsies and wriggling through. Also remember, don't forget your bottom lashes. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and coat my lashes. So for my brows, I am using the contour kit to first fill it in. So this is a powder, and I'm actually going to go in with the lightest shade. Okay, so I realized, right, for bridal makeup, it's nice to have softer looking brows rather than harsh looking brows. I don't know if this is like a duh, but for my wedding, I actually had I feel quite harsh brows, and I wish they were a little bit more light. But now I'm gonna go in with my Shu Oromara pencil, and I realized all the makeup artists love this pencil. Okay, and I'm just using this to shape my brow, extend my brow a little bit. So now what I learned in class is that your eyebrow, you should always do your eyebrow after your eye makeup, which I used to do the opposite. I used to do my eyebrows first. But you want to make sure that the eyebrows end where your eye makeup ends. Okay, so you want to frame it nicely. So for me, because my eye makeup ends a little bit further out, I'm going to extend my brows out a little bit more. Now we are going to take some concealer and clean up the edges. Just clean up. Then I'm gonna use this Got2b setting gel. Make them a little bit fluffy and pull to set the shape, and just to make the individual strands a little bit more obvious for a little bit like fluffy effect. Okay, so for the face, I am going to go ahead and put on the blush, the powder products. So just now I already put the cream blush, you can still see a little bit of it. Now I'm going to put the powder products. I'm using the 3CE Pure Cake. I love this blush. It's very soft. And again, I'm tapping it over the areas where I've already put the liquid blush. And this is a trick that I learned from Jang Semo. I do it all the time now, which is to take whatever remaining blush and just lightly dust it around the face to tie the color together. I'm not sure if it actually does anything, but if she says so, I'm just gonna listen. Okay, so for my highlighter, I'm going to use this Rare Beauty one. So I want to be very strategic and apply on the apples of the cheeks. Not apples, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the high points of the cheeks. Here. Here. On the nose. On the forehead. And a bit on the chin. Back with my Peri-Pera. Now I'm using a bigger brush. And I'm going to go in with the two darker shades. And I'm going to go over the same spots that I contoured just now, which is here. And a bit over here. I'm going to soften this bone right here just a little. Okay, so just along here. I'm going to put on a set of falsies and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with my lips. I'm going to keep my lips very soft. I'm going to use this as my base color, and this is Revlon, just a Revlon Pink in the Afternoon. I'm going to try and I'm going to emphasize on the M, the Cupid's bow, and go in like that, slightly higher. And for the inside of the lid, I'm going to use the Fixing Tint. Okay, so I'm done with the makeup and I'm just going to put on this veil that my friends bought. And the look is complete. So what do you think? I really enjoyed creating this makeup look, and yeah, this is something that I would totally have done for myself on my own wedding day if I was doing my own makeup. So let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.